So we're in Lille, attempting to find the Lille Grand Palais.
I wanted to start my presentation actually by taking issue with something that our animateur said already in the beginning, which is that we have all of the legal tools we need. That simply isn't true. We're here in this panel to be discussing industrial policy, yet we all come from a keynote speech delivered by the Minister of Defense. In which world does the Minister of Defense control industrial policy in any civilized nation after the Second World War? In absolutely no country. This is why on the internet we're currently in the very abstract situation that for some reason we've militarized the entire idea of what security is and should be. We have an incredibly nation-state focused debate around what network integrity must be, how we should be using encryption, and how we deploy defense strategies at large. I would argue that rather, we need proper market rules around network and information security. The European Commission tried but failed dismally to make a market issue out of network and information security. This is something that the European Union could be looking a lot closer at, and primarily they should be ensuring the autonomy of network and information security industries from the military complex. The European Union has no industrial policy for the internet whatsoever. We have a military policy in all of the different member states. They are at war with each other. My military agency from Sweden openly declares that they have a desire to make war with other countries on the tool that I normally would associate actually with hanging out with my friends.
They tell that?
They did. They put on the internet. They're in the blitzkrieg, in the access points and routers. Would you imagine stupidity? So that's a shame. I think what we rather should do in Europe is define network and information security as a consumer issue. Introduce software vendor liability so that companies that do bad stuff, because they can't be arsed not doing bad stuff, are somehow liable for that. You introduce responsible vulnerability disclosure within some time limit. You put in patch liability so that there's always going to be somebody responsible for fixing a problem when it arises. The European Union would be the first territory in the world that did this on a large scale. It would allow people to know, who do I call when things go wrong? Whether you're a small and medium-sized enterprise using IT services, or a citizen in the European Union, or just somebody on European territory, when things go wrong, you want to know, who do I call to make it right again? Currently, we lack accountability in the IT security. We're trying to fill it up with military stuff. I think rather we should think of it in a more liberal world order sense. Additionally, cyber security companies more often than not turn into cyber insecurity companies. We have law enforcement agencies in Europe buying Trojans to infect the computers of private persons that they consider offensive. Trojans is something used by bank robbers on the internet. It should not be sponsored by law enforcement, and development of Trojans should not be sponsored by neither the intelligence agencies or law enforcement. The European Union could actually do a lot of useful stuff to stop that kind of nonsense.